Today we're looking at another very familiar passage in the Bible, and I'm sure that many who quote this passage are not aware of the context. So let's look at it. It's Romans chapter 8, verse 28, and I'm sure you probably know this by heart. And we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are called according to his purpose. So, who are these people who are called according to his purpose and that love God? Well, if you read Romans chapter 8, it'll give you a sense of who these people are. And I'm going to just read a few of the verses here as we go. Romans 8:1, it says, "Therefore, there is no condemnation to them which are in Christ Jesus, who walk after not after the flesh, but after the Spirit." So these people who love God are the ones who walk after the Spirit. Verse 4, again, Romans 8:4, "that the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us, who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit." Verse 7, because the carnal man is at enmity against God. Verse 8, "so then they that are in the flesh cannot please God." Verse 9, "but ye are not in the flesh, but in the Spirit, if so be that Spirit of God dwell in you. Now, if any man have not the Spirit of Christ, he is none of his." Um, and then this is important here. Um, in verse 17 and 18, it said, "And if children, then heirs, heirs of God and joint heirs with Christ, if so be that we suffer with him, that we may also be glorified with him. For I reckon the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed to them." So again, we're not praying, he's not telling us that those um, who love God are going to avoid suffering. In fact, they will endure suffering, but that suffering is not even worthy to compare. So take that in when you're thinking about Romans 8:28, and we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them that who are called according to his purpose. Take into account the context of that verse.